So, Arsenal 3, Dinamo Zagreb nil. A cure for insomnia right there, Kenny.
100%.
I'm glad you're still awake. I know it's freezing cold. That was probably the only reason you are awake, because it was cold. Great start. Fantastic performance from Declan Rice today. I thought he was outstanding. I'll get
Yeah.
your thoughts on that in a sec. Backline weren't tested. They had no shots on target. The keeper could have had a cigar and a deck chair out. And forward line still leaves a lot to be desired, my friend. We've had a striker get a goal and an assist today. However, if that was, say, Olivier Giroud, he had a first half hat trick today. Our
Yeah.
captain nabbed a goal at the end. That maybe that'll boost his confidence a little bit, because I thought he was poor. Martinelli, good performance.
Yeah.
Shillings, oh my days, send him back to Chelsea, please. What did you make of that? Follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta, guys.
Well, first and foremost, you're right on everything, really. When I look at the game today, and everyone says, right, it's Dinamo Zagreb. They lost 9-2. It should be winning, score 5 or 6. We're not that team at the moment. We're a team that lack a lot of things like confidence, fitness, athleticism, and I would say at the moment, consistent quality within a football match. So I knew it was going to be a bit of a drag, this game. Even though like the tempo suits the way we play, especially when we struggle in that we struggle for consistency and struggle for legs. So I expected that, but one thing I kind of didn't expect was the fact that I didn't expect to see Martinelli really be on song today, because really today he was unbelievable. In terms of like he was involved in both in the first 2 goals. Havertz held it up for Declan Rice. Declan Rice hit him a volley, and he put a brilliant cross for Havertz to score a towering header over the goalkeeper. And then afterwards, Trossard came in, added an assist, and Odegaard bowled it in the net. And those are the positives. But the negatives are always going to be the fact that it's one of those games where you made changes, and like it's an opportunity for people to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. And I'm talking about Raheem Sterling. It's easy to criticise him because he is there to be criticised. You can always say that he's not playing on the right hand side, the side that he's prolific at, which is the left hand side. But these are opportunities, mate. This is an opportunity against a team that is not going to trouble the scorers when it comes to the playoffs. A team that basically, as I say, is probably the level of one of our teams in the championship. This is your time to shine, mate. And the problem is with Raheem Sterling that really annoy me. I got no problem with Raheem Sterling if he tries to play instinctively like he was doing at Man City when he was at Liverpool. But when you're trying to play safe and you still produce that, I've got a problem with it, because you're trying too hard. Be yourself. Look at Ranieri when he came on. Ranieri, when he came on, he was instinctive, he had a turn of pace, and he tried to make things happen. But maybe Ranieri had the luxury of the fact that the game was already won. Maybe with Sterling starting, it was one of those where his manager says, look, keep it tight, keep the ball, keep possession, let the ball do the work, don't try to force the game. But this is a team that had nothing left. As he said, I was watching them. They got into some good situations where they actually turned possession over. Timber was having a bit of a mare in the first half. He lost. He gave away a yellow card. He got caught in possession, but they weren't good enough to capitalise on our poor play. There were loads of times when they won the ball up top and forced themselves into good areas, but they got no quality. So you know that you're not going to be troubled. That's license from Raheem Sterling to say, come on, let's go at it. He's too predictable. When he did try to get on the outside, he was easily pushed off the ball. There were times when he got into forward positions where he could have burst into the box, but he's tentative. And rightly so, he deserved to come off after 56 minutes. Timber wasn't any great shakes as well. And I just knew that when Thomas Partey was coming on, I said to my friend and a few people around me, he's going to replace Timber because Timber got a red, was on the verge of getting a red card. What happened? Thomas Partey plays. But to be honest, you didn't really need Thomas Partey in the midfield, because I thought Declan Rice, he scored. He played to his strengths. Declan Rice plays his best football when he's box to box. He's on every set piece, and he gives us energy. And he was able to do that because of the tempo of the Champions League catered for that. And that's where where Declan plays his best football. And I was really happy for Declan. I was happy with his performance. But the one guy that I really want to give some props is Martinelli. He didn't do Martinelli things in terms of like get away from his man. What he did is that he looked up, he put some great crosses in, he was involved in all the good things that we did. And that's how what Martinelli play. I want Martinelli to vary his game. Yes, I still want him to have that kind of instinctiveness that he had when he first got into the team, and especially when we were going for the title 2 seasons ago. Oh, that's the kind of Martinelli I want. But this is this version of Martinelli I liked. I like the fact he played with discipline. I like the fact that he looked up. I like the fact that he's crossing it, that he put in accurate crosses, and he played at the right tempo. So easily his best performance. Easily his best performance for a long time. In fact, I'd say it's his best performance of the season, but not quite as good as Declan's. But again, Martin Odegaard, there were times when Martin Odegaard, got roughed up, got pushed off the ball. And we're just going to have to wear it because I still think Martin Odegaard's got a blind spot when it comes to his injury. Because thank God we're playing today. Thank God he got his goal. I hope it, gives him the confidence, but I'm not convinced it will because we're gonna play on Saturday against Wolves, where the battle's going to be more physical, and that's where I worry about Martin. Especially Wolves are fighting for their lives. They're fighting to stay in the Premiership. They've still got Cunha, still got a bit of quality with Sarabia. They still, if you saw them against Chelsea, they got into some good areas, but once again, the final ball kind of let them down. It's going to be a harder game. So when you talk about, is this a turning point? Not really. Shakhtar next to one of the worst teams in the competition. We've virtually got 1 foot into the last 16. We actually needed this game after the tribulations of Villa, after the intensity of the North London derby.
We was in first gear the whole game. Let's be real.
Yeah, and
we knew that they weren't going to do anything, and we could step it up if we had to.
But if you want to be like crass, and I'm going to be crass, we're conserving energy. That's what.
That's exactly what I said on the watch log. I said they're saving energy for Wolves.
And at the end of the day, we're at this stage of the season where, because we're at the FA Cup, and because we're coming to the end of the Champions League campaign, I think after Girona and after Man City, I think there's more times and more opportunities for have rest. Unfortunately, that's at the expense of us not being in the FA Cup. But who knows? If we have more rest, we might get players back. Performance could improve. But at the moment, what you saw today was exemplifies what I've been saying all season. We're not the side we were before. You weren't going to see the way we are. At this moment of time, we weren't going to see a 6-0. Lons type performance. We weren't going to see like a Crystal Palace type performance. We weren't going to see the excellent performance we had in Lisboa against Sporting. That we're not that team at the moment, and that's why.
And do you
it's
know
no
what's mad
surprise.
as well? Yeah, we had 17 shots and 4 on target. So their goalkeeper actually only made 1 save.
That's about
the
right.
other 3 went in the back of the net. And we've been doing this for weeks, Kenny. 17, 4 on target, 22, 5 on target.
Yeah, but that's about rightly. Kai Havertz, you have to virtually put it on a plate for him to score. And the service for Kai Havertz has to be on point. If the service is not on point, then Kai Havertz at the moment is not the sort of player that has that sort of je ne sais quoi to get something out of nothing. You have to put it on a plate for him.
That ball that Rice shot over the top for him, he should have just volleyed that.
Yeah, he should have, but he's not playing with that kind of like instinctiveness. He's not playing with that kind of confidence. Whilst you look at Saturday, the ball was on a plate for him. He was able to, hit it first time. Obviously, you say that about our former goalkeeper threw it in the net, but that's where Kai is at the moment. He's not that sort of player that's going to give us that kind of je ne sais quoi. Kind of quality, and that's the thing. And it's not just Kai; there's other players as well. Where this game was perfect for them. All right, it's perfect for them. It wasn't perfect for me and you because we want some entertainment.
When we went 1-0 up, I was thinking, okay, cool. 2 minutes in, let's go and blitz it. It was almost a case of like, well, we're 1-0 up. They ain't gonna do shit. Let's just sit back and just.
But I told my friend, one of my
which is cool.
Friends
Listen, I'm cool with them doing that.
Yeah.
But that has to lead on to victories later down the road that lead to trophies.
Yeah. But
otherwise, it's a waste of time and boring everyone to sleep, Kenny.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but we're not that side at the moment. We're not that side of them. I don't know whether we need a break, whether we need to go to Dubai. But what you're going to see is what you get at the moment. You're going to get an intense half an hour, and then you're going to get probably we're going to come out of traps. First 15 minutes of the second half, come out of traps, and then it's a case of where the energy levels go down quite slightly, where we could afford to come out of traps. But against Wolves, we've got to play with the intensity for 90 minutes, and we just haven't got it in us. We haven't got it in us, and that's why.
And do you know what? Do you know what as well? Sorry to cut in there, but Girona have been knocked out. Yeah, we're through, so we've got an opportunity there to rest players before the City game. Right?
If I was Mick Arteta, I'll take the opportunity. There's no disgrace. You could play Neto. If you got him online, why play him now? We're through.
Yeah. You can play Neto, you can play Kivi, or you can play Tierney Zinchenko if Tierney's still here.
Let's be honest.
You can play whoever. You can play Enquiries. Yeah, the boy came on tonight off the bench. Yeah, the young lad. Yeah, you can play him.
But and the thing about it is we can do it, but he won't do that because he's going to want us. He's going to want. Because at the end of the day, he's very specific how he plays. He's very specific in terms of the tempo which he play at. He's very specific on the sort of like build-up play. And he has to have the right players. So he's not going to rest players.
Yeah, but with City coming up, and if they've got Bruges at home, at the Etihad, they have to win or they're out. Yeah, so that's a big game for them, and we can go and rest them against Girona. We're away, they're at home. Then we play them. If I'm Arteta and he's watching this, I'm telling you right now, play all the reserves in that Girona game. Get the Wolves game done.
I'll make you right, but the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if City made a few changes for that game against Bruges, because even though it's desperation, but I still think they got enough players to win the game. I personally think the Arsenal game's bigger for them than Bruges, because I don't know. Maybe they looked in the crystal ball and maybe they see a pathway to a trophy by, who knows? They may go on a run. I think Europe's a bridge too far for them in terms of like where they left it. 8 points at this stage of the season, where you've got teams on 10 points. They're probably their best bet is to beat Bruges about 6 or 7-0, and then maybe with half an hour to go, rest players in lieu of the Arsenal game. But right now, it's all about Wolves, and it's all about raising those intensity levels for Wolves. I'm not sure we're capable of doing that, which means we've got to be first half Arsenal and take the game away from Wolves, and then leave us with enough time to sort of weather the storm that is definitely going to come.
Oh, absolute fact. So listen, get home safely, mate. Go and enjoy your kebab. I know you ordered a kebab. Bless up to you, mate. And hopefully you're not bored to sleep on Saturday afternoon. Perfect kickoff time, 3 p.m. Proper football.
Proper football. I'll see you
safely, mate. Go on, mate. Take care. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. I'll share your thing in a sec. Cronky out.